Jules, we're not done. We got more quick hits.
Yes.
Manchester United win 3-0 away to Southampton with Christian Eriksen.
That's
Who
right.
dat? Playing in midfield. Jules, after that rocky start, I thought they looked actually really good.
Well, I didn't think for the first half hour.
No, I said after the rocky start. That's the first
That's
half
what
hour.
you mean. So
Then
first half hour.
Onana saves a penalty.
Yeah, then they scored 2 goals in 5 minutes.
And then
after that, the second half was better. They were 2-0 up. It's good to win. This is what we saw last season with Ten Hag as well, and even to be fair to him, in his first season as well, even when they didn't play too well at the start of games, they found ways. They maybe ride the luck a little bit, like that terrible penalty from Archer. But they find ways of getting things better during the same game.
And I think, if you want to get angry at the players, get angry at them for not being good enough, if you're a United fan, or blame Ten Hag. But don't question, I think, their belief in what they're doing or their professionals. Because again, this was all set to unravel, right? 2 bad results in a row, and then all of a sudden you give up. You're outplayed for the first half hour. You look around, you see Eriksen in midfield. You give up a penalty. This is when everything should unravel, but it didn't.
No,
they kept going.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't. No, you're right. It didn't.
That's not nothing.
No, but I'm not sure how much we learned from that game, to be fair.
Eric Ten Hag will tell us he learned a lot.
Maybe you're right. But at least Marcus Rashford scored. He hadn't scored for a long time. Good for him. And I think they go into next weekend now, like you said, with a bit more of a breather after the 2 defeats that they had before. Real Madrid win 2-0 away at Real Sociedad. But Gab, why is Ancelotti saying that he didn't deserve it?
Because they didn't. The Real Sociedad hit the woodwork 3 times.
That's mad.
Except for an Antonio Rudiger chance where Ramiro made one of the saves of the season.
Yeah.
There just wasn't much else. In midfield, they suffer against the press so much. It was Modric and Valverde, no matter what combination. Now, obviously, he's got Tchouaméni out, Bellingham out, Camavinga out. Even Brahim Diaz, who gives them a little bit more balance. He gets injured. He's going to be out a couple months now. Really bad news, I think, because now you're forced to play Rodrigo. This doesn't work as well. Yeah. Vinicius, he won both penalties. Other than that, I think he contributed almost nothing.
Yeah.
The midfield is under too much pressure if the forwards don't help. It's as simple as that, right? And they got to work it out. But good news, your boy Mbappe, maybe his best game in a
I thought he was good. I thought he tried hard. Yeah, he tried.
Manchester City concedes straight away against Brentford, but come back to win 2-1 as Erling Haaland makes it 9 goals in 4 games. Jules, he's pretty good.
Yeah, sloppy start again. We've said that for quite a lot of teams for this weekend. 22 seconds it took Wisa to score for Brentford. Then they could have gone 2 or 3-0 up, even that. And then a little bit of luck for Haaland's first goal. Let's be honest, because
with his right foot.
No. But De Bruyne has the ball. It's a Brentford defender that puts the ball into Haaland's path. It's a good finish.
It's nice for him to finish with his right foot.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a good finish, but the ball should have never gone to him in the first place, really. So after that, same on the second goal. It's a goal they should never concede, really, at that level from Pinnock. It's unacceptable. But it's a great finish again, and Haaland could have scored a hat-trick, if not 4. So incredible. Pep says he's in the best form of his life, which I believe. And I just don't know where he will stop. But it's Arsenal on next weekend.
Yeah.
And obviously, he hasn't scored last season in the 3 games that he played against Arsenal. So let's see how he does next weekend.
I'm not a big Ederson guy, but against that sort of crazy high press from Brentford, the way all of a sudden they decided to say to tell him, all right, you get on the ball even more than you usually do. Don't be afraid to pass it long. And his are long passes. They go all on the ground, it's not just hoofing it. That's another cheat code that they have. Yeah. Simple as.
Yeah, definitely. And sticking with City, Gabby, they're hearing over the 115 charges with the Premier League begins today. I've got a feeling that it will take a very long time, though, before...
Your feeling is correct.
Yeah.
I think lawyers are involved. It's very complicated. I think that there will be potentially, depending how it goes, it could be an appeal from either side. So... this is going to be messy, and it's going to be long, and it's going to be boring. And I think smart people say the new year is when we'll have an outcome. I don't even believe in that. Paris Saint-Germain go a goal down, but then beat up Brest 3-1. Jules, another sparkling performance from Ousmane Dembélé. And I want to ask you, with Mbappe gone, is he ready to step up and fill part of his boots, half a boot?
Yeah, that's the question.
He's the most expensive, the second oldest, most experienced second oldest player after Marquinhos. It's got to be him.
Yeah, it's got to be him. I think people at the club hope that it's him. Luis Enrique hopes that it's him as well. I think Ousmane himself hopes that it's himself. 4 goals already this year, as many as this season, as many as in the whole of last season, for example, for PSG. So this is good. He was far more efficient in this game than I've ever seen him before, even in his end product on crosses, for example, or even dribbling and a pass. So this is good. I just hope he can keep that kind of mindset for longer, especially when Barcola was a bit more disappointing, but Asensio was good. And Fabian Ruiz was outstanding, I thought, again. Great goal. Great second half from him. He just brings something different, and that's good leading into the Champions League and then the few games to come. But that was a good performance from PSG. We were very unlucky to get behind. Although Donnarumma got injured, not seriously, but he will miss the game against Girona in midweek in the Champions League.
Bring back Keylor Navas.
Imagine.
He's a free agent,
We
right?
suffer enough that we will see for the first time. So
10 years, I don't think Dembele has started more than 22 games ever in a league season. Ever. In 10 years.
Yeah.
That's the other big thing.
Yeah. Milan destroyed Venezia 4-0 and Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leao are off the naughty step, Gab. How are they looking ahead of the Liverpool game on Tuesday night, where you will be, where you travel?
Yeah, hard to say because they were 4-0 up inside half an hour.
Yeah.
Certainly the visual, the statement of Theo coming, ripping the ball off the defender, thundering down the wing, knocking inside for Leao, who just uncorks this little back heel straight into Theo's pass for his finish. And it was the goalkeeper then threw into his own net.
Yeah.
But the visual of that, the visual of Leao embracing Fonseca is important. You know, before the game, Milan Ultras had a banner, no more excuses. They were undeniably under pressure. This is their first victory of the season. It does give them a lift. Now, it's not normal to be 4-0 up after half an hour, so I don't know how much you can learn from this game, but it's certainly better than not winning, not taking the 3 points, and hopefully this Theo Leao thing is over now and they can move on. A late goal from Christopher Nkunku gives Chelsea a 1-0 win at Bournemouth. Enzo Maresca called it ugly. Is he right? And what did you think of the 14 yellow cards, a new Premier League record, by that inexperienced referee we call Anthony Taylor?
Yeah, a lot of them were for decent as well, which I guess will be something new that the PGM will have said to the referees. Let's be very strict on
Once
dissent.
you see he's giving you yellow cards for dissent,
Stop doing it.
STFU, send the captain. Yeah? Come on, it's obvious, right?
Chelsea
And we can't just blame Nico Jackson for this.
No, I know. Chelsea committed 9 fouls in this game and got 8 yellow cards. So obviously not for every foul, because a lot of them were for decent. But in terms of ratio of fouls committed and yellow cards received, this is never seen before. I'm glad my boy Nkunku scored. Jadon Sancho assist. I mean, it's more of a pass towards Nkunku, and then there's still a lot of work to be done from Nkunku. But a bit of luck too. Late after Sanchez considered penalty and saved the penalty for Chelsea too, which will give him a lot of confidence as well. It was not perfect from Maresca and Chelsea, but at least you get a win. It's the most important.
All right, I'm going to chuck something at you, right? Chelsea's 4 most technically gifted players, just technical ability, right?
Yeah.
Whatever order you want to put them in. Cole Palmer,
Yeah.
Joe Felix, Nkunku, and Sancho, for me, right?
Yeah, Madueke not too far, but yeah, I'll go for those 4.
Of those 4, only one of them starts.
I know.
That's another weird. I'm not saying they should start, but balance. That is another weird team-building dysfunction of this team.
Yeah. It's 2 straight scoreless draw now for Juventus, Gab. Is that Thiago Motta's shock therapy wearing off?
I certainly, in terms of results, what I would point out for this game is you got a bunch of new guys, right? Coop Miner's making his first start. Nico Gonzalez making his first start. Douglas Luiz making his first start.
Signings, yeah.
That is a big part of your attack, right? Vlahovic not looking great. So I think we have to allow for some time. But weirdly, they're the only team in Europe's Big 5 league yet to concede a goal this season.
Really?
Which is weird, right? You go in the opposite direction from Allegri and comes back to this.
Yeah.
Bayer Leverkusen romped past Hoffenheim 4-1 as Victor Boniface scores twice. Jules, I guess all is well after the defeat to Leipzig. And they're ready to start another streak. The Leverkusen undefeated streak stands at 1.
Yeah, I don't know how far they can go again this season or not in the league. But certainly, I thought they looked good in that first half, especially Boniface with 2 goals. Terrier with his first goal for the club, which I think is good for him. It's a good finish too. They look good. They have a lot of players. We said they have a lot of depth. I don't think they can have any excuse now for not doing well, playing well. And also the Champions League this week. So let's see how they do in that. Inter need a late equalizer from Denzel Dumfries to avoid defeat away at Monza. Gab, is it because Inzaghi rotated too much?
This is what people say. Bastoni was on the bench, Çalhanoğlu was on the bench, Dumfries obviously on the bench, Barella on the bench. But guys, this is what he does. The man rotates. The man says, I have a deep squad.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with playing Christian Aslani, for example, who's not good, in a game like this to see if he can fill in for Çalhanoğlu. You can't flip out about every result. Real issue with this was their finishing. The two starters, Thuram and Lautaro especially, did not have a good game.
That's right.
And you got to take it on the chin. And also recognize the fact that Monza just defended deep and they took the lead through an absolute worldie of a header from Dani Mota. And that's all it is. Lionel Messi scores twice and bags an assist as Inter Miami beat my Philadelphia Union 3-1. Jules, this was his return. His performance is what impressed me most. Others, who are saddos, will probably be more impressed with the fact that his career goals total for club and country, which is not a thing, is now at 840, suggesting he can chase down the other guy.
Yeah, there's still 60 goals to go. So
he's also a couple years younger.
Yeah, still, but true. I mean, you're right. 62. I think 62 days since he last played the game, and then he comes back. Like if he'd never been injured really and never stopped playing, it's really incredible. I don't know how much he says about MLS level or the Union level or Inter Miami's level. I don't know, but I only saw the highlights of this game, and he just looked like. I don't know, it just looks so good again. It was just incredible to watch. So they're by far the best team in this league. They are super favorite to obviously go and win this. It's just, I don't know. I'm amazed again. A bit like Cristiano in Saudi, of course. I'm just amazed how at their age they can still be so much better than everybody they play against or they play with even. It's mad. And talking about Cristiano, he will miss Al Nassr's first game in the Asian Champions League, which I think is tonight on Monday night, as we record this, I think, or on Tuesday. Gab, I guess that gives him more time to look after his social media.
And he needs it because he apparently has become, I don't know who tracks this, the first person in the world to pass 1 billion followers on social media. Now, obviously, it's not like it's really 1 billion people because it's the sum of all his social networks.
Yeah, so some, I guess, will follow him on everything, right?
I think you follow him on YouTube. You might also follow him on Insta. You might also follow him on what? On
Facebook? Because you can't
Truth Social.
You can't do Facebook as well. So.
Okay, whatever. Maybe he does. But look, I think I'm wary of people drawing sort of these deep philosophical explanations of our times, other than the fact that the guy is really popular. Yeah. And he and together with the social media team, they make content that people obviously care about. Yeah, that's it.